Each year, hundreds of children in our community are diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. Overnight, their parents are thrown into a nightmare world where their worst fears are realized.
He had very high fevers, and he was waking up every night crying. In a million years, we never imagined what we were about to hear.
He was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it was something we were not expecting. You know, it just came out of the blue.
Brianna was diagnosed with end-stage renal failure when she was about just a few days after birth. And she stayed in the hospital for about a little over 6 months.
When parents are diagnosed with a severe illness, the crisis is just as dire for their children.
It broke my heart. I never thought I would ever get cancer. The first thought in my mind is, how am I going to deal with being a single mother and taking care of my daughter?
As a desperate medical battle takes shape, the children who are not sick face a stark new reality. Their needs are suddenly set aside as parents focus all their attention on the family member who is sick.
You don't have the tools to deal with this because you never had to deal with anything like this in your life. So we kind of fell apart, and then we went into a certain crisis mode because we had to make a lot of decisions very quickly.
A safe, secure home disintegrates, and children are plunged into a world of fear, confusion, and uncertainty.
I have a brother named Elijah, and he's my twin. He gets sick all the time, and then he throws up again. And I help him to stop throwing up.
She usually gets the most attention because she's the one who needs help. I'm the one who usually stays at home alone, waiting for my dad to pick me up to see my sister.
It feels sad because she has to go to the hospital. Then you don't get to see them for a few weeks, and then you miss them a lot.
When a child is living with a loved one who's ill, and they're having their needs unmet, and they're confused about all the experiences that they're going through, the things that they're seeing, what's happening to their loved one. They have their own fear, can this happen to me? Just why aren't I as important as I used to be? Why aren't I as special as I used to be?
From being nice and safe and comfortable to suddenly having to be running to doctor's appointments, having the child that is chronically sick, is going to be sick for the rest of her life. It's definitely put a strain on myself and my relationship with my other children.
Parents are in war, that's how they describe it. They're in crisis, and they are doing everything they can to keep their well child sheltered from what's going on, but it's inevitable that they're going to be shifted back and forth.
They basically spent a good part of that year living at a babysitter's house, a stranger's house.
You're in a crisis when you're in this situation. You need any help you can get, and I'm not the kind of person that would ask for help normally, but when you're in that situation, the one thing that you really need to do is take care of your sick child.
There is a place where families can turn to during their darkest hour. A place that offers a unique opportunity for children to continue to be children and to do the things they love to do.
SIBSPlace is a free program of South Nassau Communities Hospital, and it focuses on providing attention to the well child in a family where there's illness.
One day my mother called me, and she knew of this organization called SIBSPlace, and she said, it's exactly for your situation. It's for siblings of a child with a life-threatening disease. It's an amazing place, and she said, would you mind if I could please take your kids? I said, mind, please.
The environment was definitely a welcoming environment, warm, receptive, and it was, from the minute I opened up the door that I knew that, our family was going to be a part of whatever SIBSPlace was about.
This program not only affords respite to the families who are so stressed during this time, because that's clearly part of it. I think what happens is that's what you think it is to begin with. You think that it's a place where kids can go and so the family can have a rest. That's not what it is. The clinical competence of the staff there allows them to use play, allows them to use fun environments to bring these issues out and let these kids deal with very difficult times.
When my sister's at the hospital, I had nobody to talk to. I usually watch TV. Here I can have friends I can play with. Here I can have fun.
I like to come and talk about my feelings. Like, I can talk and not be like all sappy. You can like get them out and everybody knows how you're feeling about them.
When children come to SIBSPlace and they learn that there are other children who are here who are living with similar challenges, it is a huge relief for them.
We do happy?
Happy, mad, and jealous.
And when they start sharing stories and understand that other kids have similar feelings of guilt and of jealousy and sadness and fear and anxiety, oh my goodness, it's like you lifted a weight off of their back. And once we have them putting names to their feelings, words to the feelings, we can start building coping skills with them.
When I'm really sad, I don't lock myself in my room anymore. I just hang out with my friends and it helps more than that.
My friends at home will say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I hope he feels better." But the people here will like give me like coping skills that I can like use.
When I was worried that my sister would get seriously sick, they made a worry box and we put all our worries in them.
In addition to regular after-school sessions, the kids of SIBSPlace take part in dozens of special activities throughout the year, celebrating holidays, taking field trips, and participating in SIBS Day Camp in the summer.
The parents, as they're dropping off, the children get an opportunity to see other parents and develop a little relationship. And then they get comfortable and join our parent support group.
At this weekly group, parents can share experiences and lean on one another for support.
And I remember for myself, it's like, how could my kid have cancer?
Right.
I mean, it's like, this happens to somebody else.
Every Thursday we come here, all the parents together, and whatever issues you have, it's just comforting knowing that you have friends here who know what you're going through.
Childhood is a time to grow and taste the joy of life, a time to explore and become who we are. When a child has a sibling with a serious illness, these moments often slip away. The SIBSPlace program ensures that this precious time is not lost.
I think the most rewarding thing about SIBS is a very simple answer. It's just the children.
It's just a great place, and if we met a family that had a child, if they were in a position that we're in, you know, I would drive them here myself. I would bring them myself if I had to.
We brought Ashley here, and she is a totally different person since she's been here.
They come home and they have these big smiles on their faces and they're just so happy there.
SIBSPlace is heading towards a decade of service to our community.
The hardest part for me about SIBS is making sure that there is sufficient dollars that continue to flow in such a way that the program always remains free to everyone.
I'm glad that they were there for me, and I'm going to make sure that I'm here for them because they're special for me, special friends.
Funding for SIBSPlace is provided by generous donations from organizations, foundations, companies, and individuals like you. We thank you for your support, and now, more than ever,
we need your help.
We need your help.
We need your help.
We need your help.
We need your help. We need your help.
We need your help.
We need your help.
We need your help.
We need your help.
We need